Have you ever wondered why, you know, some people seem to grow every single year while others just kind of remain stuck in the exact same place for years?
Yeah, it's honestly one of the most frustrating things to witness
Yeah,
and to experience, really.
right. And I want you, the listener, to just imagine something for a second. Imagine you're standing in front of this massive library and you have the master key. I mean, every book, every video, every online course is available to you completely for free.
Sounds like the internet, basically.
Exactly. It
All
is
right.
the internet. And you spend hours every day in this library. You study leadership, you read about health, you consume all these massive amounts of information, but then you step outside and your life looks exactly the same as it did a decade ago.
Which is the reality for so many people.
It is. You feel stuck despite doing what you think is all the right things.
Hmm.
So our mission today in this deep dive is to explore exactly why that happens. We are unpacking a concept called why most people fail to grow, and this is all based on the framework from Victory with Ash.
It's such a powerful framework because it addresses the core issue head on.
Yeah, because we really want to help you understand that your growth isn't limited by your intelligence or your talent or even luck. The sources show us that growth is actually limited by a lack of action, accountability, mentorship, consistency, and having the wrong environment.
And that's exactly the transformational tone we want to set today. This deep dive is designed to guide you through a really crucial identity shift. We need to move you from being a passive learner, someone who just collects information, to becoming an active implementer.
Okay, so before we move forward into how to make that shift, we have to understand the implementation gap. Why isn't all this endless information translating into actual success?
Well, the core lesson from the sources is quite simple, but it's a bit of a hard pill to swallow. Growth is not an information problem.
Right.
It is an implementation problem. Knowing something and actually doing something are completely different neurological processes.
Like the fitness analogy from the text, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Reading about fitness doesn't improve your health. I mean, you can read about push-ups all day long, but until you get on the floor and do one, your muscles aren't going to grow. Exercising consistently is what does the work.
It's the physical action that causes the biological change.
So what does this all mean for our listener who, feels like they are doing everything right by learning constantly?
It means we have to bridge the gap. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is bridged entirely by application. You have to shift your mindset from just hoarding knowledge to taking immediate action.
Immediate action.
Yeah, the rule of thumb here is you need to apply one lesson immediately after learning it. Not tomorrow, not next week. Immediately.
Wow. Okay, so to really visualize this gap, I want to share the story from the source text. It's called The Tale of Two Individuals.
Oh, this is a great illustration.
It really is. So let's look at person A. Person A spends years consuming motivational content. Like they start a new course every single week.
We all know a person A.
Totally. They change their goals every month. They promise that this year is going to be different, but they rarely follow through. So at the end of the day, they definitely know more. Their head is full of facts.
But their life hasn't changed.
Exactly. Now, enter person B. Person B chooses just one goal. They find mentors, they join a growth-focused community, and they take these small but incredibly consistent daily actions.
And 5 years later.
5 years later, they haven't just learned more, they have become more. Their entire reality has transformed.
And that difference, that gap between person A and person B, comes down to 5 specific limiters. These are the missing elements that hold person A back.
Let's break this down. What's the first one?
The first one is action. Just moving beyond having good intentions. Intentions are great, but action is the currency of change.
Right, which sounds obvious, but it's where most people stop.
Exactly. Then the second limiter is environment, because your environment shapes your behavior on a subconscious level.
Wait, I want to pause on that one. Can a negative environment really overpower good intentions? Like if I have strong willpower, shouldn't I be able to push through?
Oh, absolutely it can overpower you. Willpower is a finite resource, right? It drains throughout the day. The sources explain that people in growth-focused communities progress so much faster than those trying to grow alone in a negative space. If you're surrounded by people pulling you down, your good intentions will eventually run out of gas.
That makes total sense. So action and environment, what's number 3?
Number 3 is consistency. And the principle here is that consistency beats intensity.
Consistency beats intensity. I love that. The source gives a great example for this too. It says reading 10 pages a day produces way more growth than reading 100 pages once a month.
Yeah, because it builds a habit loop. It changes your identity to, I am a reader, rather than I read sometimes when I feel motivated.
Which is huge. Okay, limiter number 4.
Accountability. When you share your goals and track your progress, it accelerates your success. Think of it like athletes. No elite athlete reaches the top without a coach holding them accountable to their training schedule.
Yeah, you need someone watching your blind spots.
Precisely. And that leads to the fifth pillar, which is mentorship and clarity.
Mentorship.
Right. Having someone who has already walked the path to shorten your learning curve. Because if you lack clarity, you end up chasing 10 different goals at once, and that just leads to complete burnout.
Yeah, when everything is a priority, nothing is. So let's quickly ground this. Let's look at how this applies practically across different areas of life.
Great idea.
In your career, this means focusing on mastering just one valuable skill instead of being mediocre at 5. In business, it means creating systems instead of waking up and relying on motivation to get things done.
Because motivation always fades.
Always. In relationships, it looks like practicing active listening daily rather than just waiting for your turn to speak. And in health, it's just building simple daily habits. Walk for 20 minutes, drink water. Small, consistent things.
And this naturally brings us to how we actually implement these pillars. Because now we know what they are, but how do we do it?
Enter the Victory with Ash framework.
Exactly.
So for some background, Ash Mafarah's philosophy really stems from his experience building massive, successful organizations. And it's heavily focused on integrity, leadership, faith, family, and being of service to others.
It's a very holistic approach to success. It's not just about making money, it's about becoming a better human being.
And the core of this framework is broken down into 3 R's. Let's dive into those.
Okay, so the first R is rise. This is the fundamental decision to just stop settling for less than you're capable of.
Which requires another big identity shift for the listener, moving from making excuses to taking full responsibility.
Yes. You have to own your current reality before you can change it. Once you rise and take that responsibility, you move to the second R, which is reset.
Resetting. What does a deliberate realignment actually look like?
Well, as the sources point out, you cannot build a better future while carrying the habits that create your current problem.
Oh, wow. That is powerful.
Right. It means you have to actively break your destructive habits and rebuild new routines from the ground up. It's a complete system reset.
So we rise, we reset, and then the third R,
Refocus.
directing your energy.
Exactly. Directing your energy toward what actually matters. We live in a world of endless distractions, so you have to eliminate the noise. The rule here is simple. Where attention goes, results follow.
Where attention goes, results follow. I mean, that is just a law of nature at this point. And what's great is that Victory with Ash actually provides training in practical areas to help people apply this refocusing.
They don't just leave you to figure it out on your own.
Right. They cover personal development, communication skills, leadership, business and entrepreneurship, and even AI and emerging technology, which I think is so critical right now.
Oh, absolutely. If you aren't learning how to leverage AI, you are going to fall behind.
Definitely. Okay, so we've covered the implementation gap, the 5 limiters, and the 3 Rs. But, transformation really only begins with a decision.
And it is time for the listener to make theirs.
So I'm going to put on my leadership coach hat for a second. I am speaking directly to you right now. I want you to pause and really ponder these 4 reflection questions from our sources. Don't just brush past them.
These are vital.
Number 1, what specific area of your life feels stuck right now?
Am I spending more time learning or actually applying?
Who influences my thinking and my daily habits? And number 4, what is one action I can take today? Just one.
If you answer those honestly, you'll probably feel a little bit of discomfort.
Yeah, for sure.
But that discomfort is good. That's the feeling of growth. And once you have those answers, you can plug them into the specific 30 to 90-day action plan that the sources outline.
Let's walk the listener through that 5-step foundation plan.
Okay, step 1. Identify one area where you feel stuck. Just pick one. Don't try to boil the ocean.
Focused.
Step 2. Write down one clear goal for the next 90 days.
Step 3.
Choose one daily action that supports that goal. Again, consistency over intensity.
So the 10 pages a day rule.
Exactly. Step 4. Find a community or a mentor. Fix your environment so that it pulls you toward your goal instead of dragging you away from it.
And finally, step 5.
Track your progress weekly. What gets measured gets managed.
That is just a phenomenal roadmap. It represents the ultimate shift, really, going from having raw potential to making tangible progress.
It's how you become an active implementer. And to wrap this all up, I want to leave everyone with a really powerful foundational quote straight from the text.
Go for it.
Rise above your limitations. Reset your thinking. Refocus your energy. Your transformation begins the moment you choose growth.
Your transformation begins the moment you choose growth. That is so good. And before we close out this deep dive, I want to leave you with one final thought to mull over on your own. We've talked a lot about your own personal growth today, but the sources mention that the ultimate goal isn't actually just your own achievement. It's about transforming your impact.
The ripple effect.
Yes, the ripple effect. What would it look like if your personal growth didn't just change your own life, but positively transform the lives of everyone around you? Your family, your coworkers, your friends. Think about that. If you want to join the Victory with Ash community, use the link available in the description.
Absolutely.
Thank you for patiently listening to this episode. I appreciate your time, your attention, and your commitment to becoming a better version of yourself. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving forward.